One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Why you looking so hard? You worried about the wrong play, man. Go look in the mirror. Dust. You on my page before you brush your teeth. You stuck on my gram while I'm in the streets. You worrying about my bag, worrying about my wins. You ain't worrying about your pockets looking paper thin. Look at you, man, musty, can't be trusted. Hating on my shine cause your whole life busted. You could be doing so much if you looked at you, but you rather look at me. That's the bum in you. You complaining about the work that I got in the vault, but you ain't willing to undo it. That's your own damn fault. I'm not sorry, I don't care, I don't feel no pity. You a clown in the suburbs, I'm the man of the city. You looking through my window with a greedy eye, instead of in the mirror, asking who am I? You a hater, you a watch, you a non-starter. While I'm climbing up the charts, yeah, I'm going harder. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You worry about my downfall, that's why your vision ain't clear. You're dusty. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You could be winning too, bro, winning too, but you rather be a failure. I don't feel you, I don't see you, I don't hear you. You just a gnat in my ear, I just brush you off. You just mad cause I'm the boss and you looking sauce. You ain't willing to do the work that I've done. I was up at 4 a.m., you was having fun. I was 72 hours fasting, getting my mind right. You was on the timeline, starting up a new fight, but the fight ain't with me. Man, the fight is with yourself. You could have the same damn drive, you could have the wealth, but you rather be a critic, you rather be a troll. While I'm knocking down goals at the Super Bowl, I don't feel no pity, I don't feel remorse that you chose to stay with you while I'm a damn horse. This a race and you ain't even at the starting line. Too busy drawing pictures on my finish line. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You worried about my downfall, that's why your vision ain't clear. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You could be winning too, bro, winning too, but you rather be a failure. Let's get it. My focus is on gold, my focus is on winning. My focus is on the next chapter, just beginning. I'm too busy, man, my calendar is packed. I'm too busy building up, I'm too busy building stack. I'm coaching up the team, I'm on the match, I'm on the string. I'm building in the world, I'm living out the dream. And you are not a factor, you are not a threat. You were just a bad investment, you were bad bet. I'm not sorry for you, I'm not sorry for the facts that I'm out here running up the score to the max. I don't see you, you are invisible to me, cause I'm everything you're jealous of, scared to be. Real talk, if you took a little time and focus on your own success instead of on my damn downfall, you wouldn't be so dusty. Ha. Maybe you should try if you wanna win, but you won't. Get a life, man. Stop watching mine. Go get some money.
What's up? What's up? What's up? How is everyone doing tonight? My friends, my family, my tech barbarians, my tech mercenaries. How is everyone doing tonight? Hopefully you're having an amazing day, an amazing week as we wrap up this week to start another one, to go into the weekend while we enjoy it, still be productive. You know how we do. You know how we do. We do not miss. Now, we have an amazing show lined up for us tonight. We are going to be finishing up, hopefully finishing up our Streamdeck plugin, because as I was planning on finalizing it, I thought of one more thing. That's how it always gets you, because you're like, oh, I'm done. Wait, one more feature. But what I'm thinking about adding is a pause button. Like when the timer's like, let's say the timer's counting down, right? And I get a super chat that has to be addressed right away. Because sometimes we have some friends who drop big ones on us, right? They drop some big bombs on us, and we have to stop. But we should stop. We should pause the timer. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe we should add a pause functionality to it. So we're going to look into that. But I do want to go back into wrapping up the plugin, getting that all said and done. Nice package away. I want to make it available to all of the Patreon members. So if you use a Stream Deck, you can have the Coach Countdown plugin, where that's real quick. What it does, you have a timer that's going to show up on your Stream Deck that's counting down. You can also have a web server where it is showing, like it's counting down, where it has the different types of countdown. It has the flip down clock. Shout out to your car. It has the color changing one. Shout out to Junior. And it should have the progress ring as well. So I'm making that available to you free of charge if you are a tech barbarian, part of the Tech Coach Off Patreon at techcoachoff.dev. And I also want to package it up. So that we can put it on the Elgato plugin store so that people can purchase it from us, as well as I want to do, after we do that, then I want to make a free version which has a lot less features. Definitely not the flip down clock, because that one is not on the house, but maybe the one that doesn't have the cues and everything, because we enhanced it greatly. After I got off the stream last week, I made some modifications and it is amazing. So I'm going to show you that tonight. We have some great topics during our breaks. We're going to be talking about AI. It's going to need some money. We're going to talk about how much over the next 4 years. We're going to be talking about I'm not even sure who he is, what he does, but his name is Marc Andreessen. His message to tech founders. And we're going to be talking about a Colgate executive, what they say about Gen Z. Yup, you guys know Gen Z, what they say about Gen Z. So that is our game plan for tonight. But real quick, a little bit of housekeeping, little bit. So first and foremost, thank you to all the subscribers to the channel. Thank you guys for helping us grow, for helping us get this message across the world, this tech message, to give us something more positive, something that is going to help us in the long run. No short-term wins, no respect this, disrespect that, hurt feelings, say it to my face type stuff. We don't worry about that. Unless ChatGPT is saying say it to my face. All right. Do you guys remember during the elections when Kamala Harris said, and if you have something like they used to say back in the day, say it to my face? Well, we all see how that went, right? So let's leave all that stuff behind us. Let's focus on tech, DevOps, web development, QA, cybersecurity, what these AI, what the tech billionaires and millionaires and trillionaires and the tech oligarchy are saying. I want to know what they're doing. And I want to adjust myself to move like them, because hey, if I could be a tech 100,000-aire, I will be happy. If I could be a tech millionaire, I'll be happy. I don't care about the billionaires and the trillionaires. I'll go for a clean million, right? And run it up from there. I want to learn from them. I don't want to demonize them. I want to learn from them. And that's what we are trying to do here. And I have seen so many people who not the most technical people, but they're here and they're putting in the work, and now they're doing something that they never imagined that they would be doing. So we are here on our purpose. We are nerdy by nature. So all the subscribers, my tech barbarians at techcoachoff.dev, my tech mercenaries, those channel members, shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for all of your support. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
We are the best. No one does it better.
We the best.
And let's go out there and get it.
Let's get it.
And shout out, also shout out to my bag chaser friends. Shout out to your car. I'm just gonna say he's the general. If Anton is the commander in chief of the bag chasers, your car has to be the general. So shout out to my guy, your car. Shout out to Anton Daniels. Shout out to all of the bag chasers, everyone, because we work together. We strategize. We run it up. We run it up. All right. Next up, tomorrow we have upcoming for the next few days. Tomorrow we have the bug bite. We're going to be talking about Uber and Lyft drivers protesting. They are protesting Waymo coming to their city. I kind of queued it up on Tuesday where we reviewed Uber is going to court because of over sexual assault allegations from their drivers. And they're saying that we're not responsible for what these contractors do, although they're working under our brand. But so tomorrow we're going to be reviewing how Uber and Lyft drivers are protesting Waymo over safety concerns. Over safety concerns. Honestly, the safety concerns that I've heard from Waymo and Tesla and stuff like that is, one was from Waymo that we reviewed a while ago where it dragged. What actually happened was another car bumped a passenger in front of the Waymo, and the Waymo drug him like 4 feet. And people were going crazy over that. And Waymo, it does how I feel. I don't do this, right? But Waymo does what I feel, where it does not stop for those pesky buses, where those pesky kids are taking forever to walk all the way to the back of the bus. Waymo's like, ain't nobody got time for that. I am going to just keep going. Those are the two main complaints I've heard about Waymo. But the Uber drivers and the Lyft drivers, they're talking about safety concerns. We're going to break it all the way down tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow Eastern time at noon. I'll be in the chat premiering. We're going to check it out to see what exactly is going on here. All right. Tomorrow noon. Sunday, nothing on Saturday. I'll probably release some icebreaker clips on Saturday and some shorts, but nothing live. And then on Sunday, we're going to do our speech coaching app, our speech coaching app on YouTube. And then Sunday night, we're going to do our Scrum night with the Tech Barbarian. So that is what we have upcoming. Next week, Saturday, I'm going to announce right now, we have our first Vibe Coding show for 2026. We haven't done one since right before Christmas. And we're going to do our first one of 2026 on the 24th, I believe it is. All right. So I'm looking forward to seeing you everywhere, because we're going to do some amazing things in 2026. All right. Those are all of the announcements for today. And I have a very, very interesting icebreaker to start us off for tonight, but I want to check the chat first. I want to say hello to all of my friends. If you guys remember the Scarface album, My Homies, I love that album, and I want to say hello to all of my homies. So first and foremost, we got my guy, my brother, Junior in the building. Junior says, "What's up, coach? What's up, Junior? How are you? Hopefully you are..." Stop. I know you're having an amazing day, but out of being cordial and respectful, how are you doing? Hopefully all is going great. And Junior responds, "Of course all is going great." And that's what I like to hear. Now, Junior, you are asking the wrong question, because did I miss Rod Brown's live stream last night? No, you did not miss Rod Brown's live stream last night. Rod Brown missed his own live stream last night. It happens. But I brought him into my office, to the HR office, and we spoke about this. We said, "Look, Rod Brown, I understand things happen, but if you're gonna take a night off, you got to put in a PTO request at least a week in advance." That's what I told him, But We're going to get that taken care of, okay? Junior says, yes, that a pause button would definitely be positive so people can continue where they left off. Yes. So we're going to look to see the best way to do that. And says, yeah, I bet you won't say it again. So let's step outside. Junior, honestly to be, when you say, let's go outside, you might as well have said it again. Am I wrong? Am I wrong on that? Like if you say it again, I'm like, let's just go outside right now. You might as well have said it 100 more times. Because I said, let's just go. Let's just go. Right? Am I off? Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. If you say it again, I said, let's just go outside right. Forget me saying it again. Let's just go outside right now. It's already up. Like, no. I don't have to beg someone to say something. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna waste my time. Because if you're gonna do what you're gonna do, just assume I said it again. Let's go outside right now. All right? No, I don't know. I'm not even getting involved in that. We don't do that over here. See this belt over here? That's my last belt. I done almost broken enough arms and choked enough people and made people say uncle and stuff like that to not even care about all that foolishness, right? But it's not good. It is not good to talk tough. Don't be. Lesson for the week. Don't be the tough guy. Don't be the tough guy. That's the lesson. That is the lesson for the week. Drew says, exactly. Just go. That's what I was saying. I'm like, I already said like two times. Let's go. Like what are we still talking about? What are we still talking about? Anyhow, I thought it was just me. Because I saw a bunch of reactions. He didn't say it again. Yeah, he said, you know what? Let's go. Let's just go outside. Like, we don't need to. We're done with the words. We're done talking. Isn't there a song that goes like, we're done talking? Is it one of my songs that said we're done talking? Hold on, let me see. Do I have a song that said we're done talking? Hold on. Let's see. What is the? Oh, I have a song called Stand Your. Oh yeah, we're done talking.
No more time for second chances. No more steps for these old dances. We're all out of words. We're all out of time. Truth is heavy, but the fault's not mine.
We're standing in the wreckage of a broken vow. The silence louder than the shouting somehow. The clock hands spinning, but the moment won't bend. We're out of beginnings, this feels like the end.
Burn the bridge and watched it glow. No turning back, the winds won't blow. The silence thick, it fills the air. We're stranded here, but I don't care. No more time for second chances. No more steps for these old dances. We're all out of words. We're all out of time. The truth is heavy, but the fault's not mine.
You see, Junior, I foresaw this on the Captivity album back in July of 2025. I foresaw it. They were done talking until somebody wanted to start talking again. So it's all good. It is all good. So that's why we don't even pay none of that any mind. All right. But let's go ahead and get in. Let me move this over here. That's better. All right. So we are going to jump into this icebreaker really, really quick. I think that this one phrase, I implore you to remove this from your vocabulary. And what is that? I get so annoyed. I hate when people say, I don't agree with everything he says, or I don't agree with everything she says. When did we start having to say that? Like, I don't know when, like, and because it's like you always have, for like in today's day and age, you always have to qualify that you don't agree with something with everything that somebody says when you're talking about what you agree that they say. Like, why? I've always been of the mindset, because I don't think I've ever said I don't agree with everything that so-and-so says. Because to me, it's kind of given. Number one, I don't know everything that someone says. And number two, I'm not going to tell you, well, I didn't agree with point A, point E, point 3, but I do agree with, I'm like, why does it even matter? Number one, why does it matter if you were to actually agree or disagree with everything that somebody says? Can't we just talk about the topic at hand? Right? Can't we just talk about the topic at hand? So if you agree with a particular take, and I'm pretty sure it happened before this, right? But around the time that Charlie Kirk was taken, that's when I started hearing people say all the time, I don't agree with everything he said because I don't agree with anything that anybody says. I'm like, isn't that given? Like, why would somebody have to say that? I don't agree with everything that I say. I can't even remember everything that I say. Something I might have said 20 years ago, number one, I might not feel or believe or agree with that today. I probably would. Or I might not remember it. So like, it's like, who cares? Like, can't we just talk about the the other thing is, like, when you are quote unquote defending someone, then you have to say, oh, I don't agree with everything this person said. Who cares? Does it really matter if you agree with everything someone says or doesn't say? But I'll tell you this, and it only comes in when you're defending them or you're talking about something you agree with them. Whenever it is about disagreement, you never ever hear someone say, oh, I don't agree with everything they say, and then talk about the disagreement. It's only when you agree, and only when possibly that person would receive a lot of criticism from whoever, right? I think it is such an unnecessary phrase to say, I don't agree with everything this person says. I never expected anyone to agree with anything that, with everything that anyone says. Like, so to me, it's like a waste of a phrase, and it doesn't add any value. It doesn't add any value to any conversation saying, I don't agree with everything so-and-so says. Okay. Did anybody think? And the thing is, I think the reason that people say it is people don't want to be accused of agreeing with everything that any particular person says. But it's like, I think the intellectual or lack of intellectual honesty and dishonesty is the fact that people would try to box someone in and says, oh, because you're agreeing with this point, you must agree with everything that they say. That's stupid. Just because you quote somebody doesn't mean that you agree with everything that they have said or not said. Like, it's just a ridiculous phrase for me. And the fact that people feel that they have to say it, I think they're falling for that trap. I personally would prefer people don't say it and just say what you want to say. Just say, oh, if you're quoting somebody, just say, oh yeah, this person said this, and this is why I agree with it or disagree with it, whatever. But I don't think it's necessary to. I honestly don't think it's really necessary to qualify anything for the most part. Just say what you're going to say, and if you get follow-up questions, then answer those follow-up questions. But to try to fall for the trap that someone would agree or disagree, and it also happens when people pass away. And they're going to say, oh, my I didn't agree with everything this person said. I barely agreed with anything this person said, but I want to share my condolences. Just say my condolences, right? Just say it, or say nothing at all. Because for me, I'm the type of person, if I didn't like someone and something happens to them, I'm just not going to say anything. I'm like, whatever. That's just me, all right? And sometimes people that I do like, I won't say anything about it because I'm like, there's no point of saying anything, you know? But the fact that we feel that we have to qualify whether we agree or disagree with someone before we speak about them, why? What value does that bring? Maybe I'm just smart enough to know that nobody agrees with everything anybody says. There's been people who've been married forever and they don't agree with everything that each other say. I'm like, so who cares? My more than 3.5-year-old, he doesn't agree with everything that I say. I'll tell him to go to sleep, but he's like, I don't want to go to sleep. He doesn't agree with me. I'm like, I don't agree with everything my dad says, but like, come on. Anyways, I think it takes away from the conversation that you're trying to have when you have to say that. And if people aren't intelligent enough to know that nobody agrees with everything that any one person says, then you probably are best not entertaining that conversation if people aren't smart enough to comprehend that. Just my take, my thoughts, my icebreaker. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that it's actually worth saying that I don't agree with everything that Junior says? Junior does not agree with our beloved brother Rod Brown using the ESV on his live streams. I have never once heard Junior say, I don't believe everything that Rod Brown says. He just says, hold up, brother beloved, using that King James version. But that's it. He just goes right to the disagreement or to the agreement. But he's not qualifying it. He's just saying, he's just like, there goes that ESV again. There goes that ESV again. Heathen. All right, he doesn't say that. He might think it. No, I'm just kidding. All right. That's all I had. That is all that I had for my little icebreaker for tonight. But for real, it's not worth saying. Lose that from your vocabulary. Just start saying your piece. Just start talking. Don't need to stop qualifying stuff. Stop qualifying stuff. All right. That is my message to you.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
All right. Hey. All right. Let me check the chat, and then we're going to get to our first story for tonight, actually, and then we will get to work. Let me see, Junior. You know what? Should I do that? Do I want to do story first? I'm kind of torn by the story first. I like the story first, but going from icebreaker straight into story feels like we'll do story. Junior finds it hilarious. I mean, I knew it was coming. Right? I made the song a long time ago. Junior says, it's like saying X, formerly known as, oh my God. That thing drives me crazy. Does it have to be attached? I mean, it's like you change your name, right? Let's say I change my name to, I don't know. What name would I change it to? That can't be a real name. Let's say I change my name to AI, right? What if I change my name to, I'm changing my name to artificial. Let's say I change my name to artificial intelligence. So you're telling me that for as long as I live now, they're going to say AI, formerly known as Tech Coach Ralph. Like I have to live with that forever. Like if I wanted my previous name to be associated with me forever, then I would have just kept my previous name. But the reason that I'm changing my name to AI is because I don't want to be addressed as Tech Coach Ralph anymore. Am I wrong? So can we please stop saying formerly known as Twitter? It's just X now. I posted on X. Sometimes you might simply say Twitter. That's fine. But we need to stop saying formerly known as Twitter. That is my plea to the world. Stop saying former on his Twitter. And I'm telling you, I see. Junior says from White Chicks, you were thinking it, but you said it. See, I know you're like heathen. Hey. Says, you can change it to Rod Brown and stop showing up for your live stream. Ooh, shots fired. Don't do the beloved brother like that. All right. All right. Honestly, there were some things that happened yesterday that made it not happen. So, but next week we are on and popping next week. All right. So no excuses for next week. All right. Let's get to this first story. Yeah, let's just do this story. Let's just do this story. I'll think about it for next time, how I want to do this, because I feel weird going to icebreaker story, then work, but I feel like I'm taking too much time to get to work. Like I'm lollygagging, but that was the plan for today. So let's jump into this AI story. So AI data centers, they're going to need 3 trillion, not million, not billion, but $3 trillion over the next 4 years. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. All right. So let's jump into this article brought to us by Yahoo Finance. It says data centers will draw at least $3 trillion worth of investments over the next 4 years, much of which will have to come from creditors, according to a new report from Moody's Rating. The servers, computer equipment, facility construction, and maintenance and cloud services needed to run the data centers will require the massive investments, according to Bloomberg. However, don't forget, feel the burn. Senator Bernie Sanders wants to put a halt. He wants to stop. Says, you guys remember that? Bernie Sanders is the tech hall monitor, right? He says, stop. Go back and walk. Go back and walk. No data center for you. I want to have a data center AI moratorium. And, you know, as good tech people, like, we hear you, here's some pudding, and go to New York, do something with your life, right? Most of the money for the new data centers will come from big tech companies, which rely on warehouse-sized facilities for their various products, including and especially artificial intelligence development and storage needs. Microsoft, the big dogs, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Google, Oracle, Meta, CoreWeave represent $500 billion in pending data center investments this year, according to Moody's report. But they won't be the only ones pumping cash into the new facilities. Banks will have to play a prominent role to provide financing for the projects, according to the report. So what I hear right now, because you heard they're thinking about saying these big investors can't purchase single family homes and stuff like that. Like, that's cool. We're already pivoting to data centers. Moody's also noted that reliance on other institutional investors will become increasingly common due to the mammoth amount of capital needed for data center construction. Where is the crowdfunding? Where can I invest in this? Oh, look at that. This is in Midlothian, Texas. It says OpenAI, the makers of ChatGPT, and SoftBank have teamed up to invest $1 billion in infrastructure company, SoftBank Energy, which focuses on data center development. OpenAI has tapped SB Energy to build a data center in Texas as part of its $500 billion Stargate project, according to the Financial Times. See, something I need to review. I haven't gotten to it yet. Why do people hate data centers so much? They don't want them in their city. They're like, people love AI, but they don't want the data centers that powers the AI. I don't know. I need to figure out why. In Arkansas, a new $6 billion data center was announced on Monday. The project represents the largest single business investment in the state's history, according to ABC7, and will be funded primarily by AVAIO Digital, and its tech customers will rely on the data centers for storage and compute. What I see when I hear about these data centers being built are more job opportunities, more DevOps engineers, more software engineers, more development, more networking people, more people to man the data centers, more companies to use those data centers, more companies to be employed by AI to mine out their infrastructure. Because imagine that. They say that AI is going to take a bunch of jobs, but they're also hiring, they're not using AI to build out their stuff, right? Right now, the infrastructure to realize the AI future being touted by tech billionaires is increasingly being built on debt, leading to fears that a bubble with trillions on the line is building around the industry. I'm going to say this. If it crashes and burns, no bailouts. I am anti-bailout. I don't like bailouts, all right? Despite, because they say, oh, we're going to pay back. I think when they had the fight, like 2008 with the car stuff, who paid them back? And did the banks pay back as well? Despite those fears, the demand for new centers is still on the rise. Moody's report predicts that the race to build the facilities is still in the early stages and will ramp up over the next year to 18 months. While data centers have been around for decades, their explosive growth has not gone unnoticed. Pushback from residents and regional lawmakers concerned about the rising energy and water prices, as well as noise pollution and neighborhood disruption has, and in some communities, stalled or killed prospective data centers development. Look, put them in Mexico, put them in Guatemala, put them in Venezuela. Go give them jobs. If communities here don't want them, see, but now you cannot use the argument that other countries are taking, quote unquote, your jobs. If when they were going to give you jobs in your city, you told them,
Do not come.
That's on you. That is on you. Am I wrong? Or am I being fair? If you don't want the business, don't cry. Don't say, oh, we got to bring the jobs back to America when you didn't want them. They say, you know what? We're going to put in the neighborhood a warehouse that's going to give, let's say, 1,000 people jobs. They said, nope. Nope. Don't want it. Nope. Fine. Fair. You got it. You got it. That trend will likely continue as more and more land is snatched up for the windowless, monolithic facilities that house the servers and computer equipment at the heart of the data centers. Let me know what you think. Number one, are you anti-data centers? What do you think about the $3 trillion investment into these data centers? And do you know why people don't want data centers around them? There is no warehouse district in your neighborhood. Like, there are a bunch of warehouses. There's public storage, there's warehouses. Like, so if these data centers just go into warehouses, why are you so against it? And the question is, are these data centers going to help compensate the cost of the more energy usage? Let me know your thoughts, but I'm not against it. I am not against it. All right. All right. So let me go back over here. Let me see if there's anything in the chat. If not, then we're going to jump to work. Let's see. Here says, when Rod Brown shows up, I bet I won't say it's his face. I'll just quietly exit out the side door. Ooh, those sound like, you want to take it outside words? We got Magnetar in the building. What's up, Magnetar? How are you doing tonight? Hits me with the Sith Coach Ralph.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Magnetar says that is also fair. You see, I'm objective. I'm like, look, you have the opportunity. If you don't take the opportunity and now they give it to another person, another country, don't be mad about it. You said you didn't want it. You had first. You had, how do you call it? You had first pick. When we were playing pickup basketball, you had first pick, and you said no. You don't want the star player. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, we are going to jump into our first working segment for tonight. So let's go ahead and put in our first timer.
It's time to do.
So like I said, what I want to do is I want to have the ability to pause the timer. So maybe what we could do is when you press it, like if there's no timer, you press it, it starts the timer. If you do a regular single press, it pauses. If you do a long press, then it resets, or it stops the timer. I think that could work. So that's the idea. And if we get that to work, then we will try to like package everything up. But before we do that, let me show you the enhancements that I made to it. So let's go over here, and we're gonna go over here. And let's go over here. So a few things that I did. You see how this only shows 30 for 30-second countdown? What I did was to consolidate the amount of time that's showing. I said, if you only have like less than a minute, then just show the seconds, right? So if I go here and I say 59, it's gonna show 59, right? If I say you have, because before it would show 0, let's say I did 9, right? Before it would show 09.59, but now it just shows 9. And then if I had something in for the hours, so we go to 9, it's going to show 9 hours, 9 minutes, 59 seconds, right? If I say this is 10, then it shows 10 hours, 19. If I say this is 0, 0, and then this is 9, it's just going to show 9, right? 19. So that was one change that I made. The other change is I made this I made it the ability to customize the background color of the, see if I have one. Let me see if I can put one. I'm going to put this one on the screen for you so you can see it. So let's put this at 30. And I am going to go to, all right, so that's the one. We're going to go to,
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
so I can customize the color of the flip. I can customize the header color. So you see,
More money, more money.
see the seconds over here, all right? Can enable a shadow on the header. And then I can customize the color of the flip down, the start sound, which is always working. We have at 25 seconds, we have the gasp. At 20 seconds, we have the mo money. And you can customize at what time you want so you can customize at what time you want a sound to play. So those were, and I made the whole layout look nice. So everything looks good. Everything is working perfectly. We could package it up. We could package it up right now. Something that I did was I had added which I might just leave it because this can just play a sound as well. So let's say you didn't want to use the one that comes with it where you have the play sound that this one comes with. You could, where this one has more features on this one. Fade in, fade out, fade in and out, whatever. But I did add this one as an option where you can just quickly choose a file to play the sound for, you know? So like if we add this one, and now I press the button and it plays the sound. So I'm gonna leave that as part of it. You can drop in any image that you want over it, but those are the enhancements that we made. The other that I like after we got off the stream, I spent a little bit more time on it to make those enhancements, and I am absolutely fascinated by it. I love it so much, right? It's very, very customizable. You have the you have the start sound, you have the end sound. Let's throw an end sound in there. Let's say we do this one, right? Let's do it one more time. Actually, let's change the color. Let's change the color. So let's change the color of this to, I wonder if I have to refresh. I might have to refresh the plugin. And we say the flip down. Let's go with a, let's see how yellow is going to look on there. We go with that. And let me press it to see what happens. I'm not sure if it's going to.
How dare we speak
Oh yeah,
Merry
it already
Christmas.
picked it up, right? So hard to see the number. So let's say we go with a darker color. Have a green.
More money, more money, more money.
Oh, look, it updates right away. Look at that. I didn't even think it was going to do that. It updates right away. So perfectly working flip down clock. We have our header color. We have there we go. So those were the enhancements that I made the other day. I think it's awesome. I think it's great. I absolutely love it. And I am very, very proud of this timer. Something I do want to check though. Because I never actually checked this one. So if I change it from a flip down clock to a progress ring, what happens? I'm just gonna move this because I don't know what happens with this one. Let's go to.
How dare we
look at
speak
that.
Merry Christmas?
I never seen this. I never tried this one before. So that is pretty cool. I don't know why this still shows up, but whatever.
More money, more money, more money.
That's pretty cool. I never actually saw the progress ring, so I could always like make it smaller, drop it over here. I like it. I like it. I think I can find use for that. So everything is working properly. I'm gonna change this back to the flip down. Actually, I don't even have to change it to the flip down. I can leave it as the progress ring. Who cares? I don't know why what? That's weird. That might be a problem. When I choose flip down, hold on. If I go flip down, I go here, come back. Okay, that is so weird. But that might be a bug I'm willing to live with for a little bit, unless they were to come back saying, nope, can't do it. But I can live with that though. Wait a second, where's my, time format. And then I go to, I can live with that. Or no, we'll fix that too. We'll fix that. So that's where we're at. That is what so we'll fix that. And I want to be able to pause. So let's do the pause first. Let me see, the flip down or the plugin is working perfectly. The plugin is working perfectly. I just thought about the ability to be able to pause the timer in case you need to pause for whatever reason during the countdown. Is it possible to do when you do a single press, it starts the timer? When you do another single press, it pauses the timer, and a long press would stop / end the timer. Let's see what it says about that. I'm gonna do a send on that. I think that'd be pretty useful to have. And Junior, you had asked something the other day. I forgot exactly what it was, and I think I said that it is possible. But I forgot what it was. If you remember what you asked the other day, please let me know, just so I can confirm and see if that's something we need to do in the future if it's not there. And while it's doing that, I'm going to pull up Gemini, or let it play, but I'm going to pull up Gemini to see what do we need to do to get this pushed up to, what is this? Okay, so I'm just looking at the documentation. So basically we just need to do a Streamdeck pack, and that should package it up for us. All right, cool. And it said it takes like 2 weeks. How much do we charge for this plugin as well? I think it's a pretty powerful plugin for Streamdeck, because you could use it for Pomodoro, where it has the different sounds, different cues. You can use it for a stream. You can use it for a lot of things, especially if you use OBS. I tried to see if I could use it in StreamYard, but honestly, StreamYard sucks. All right, I'm just gonna say it. StreamYard sucks.
I'm just being honest.
At least for what I do. Let's see what they're talking about over here. Let's see. It says, I'll start by examining the current implementation of the counter action and the timer service to understand how key presses and timer states are currently handled. Creating a to-do list to track necessary changes for implementation. Modify the timer service to add necessary pause and resume functionality. So it did that. Now I'll modify the counter to implement the pause, resume functionality, and long press logic. I'll verify if the pause and resume events are being handled in start countdown with counter.ts as expected. They need to be forwarded to the overlay server. Yes. I need to add event listeners for pause and resume in the start countdown method to update the overlay layer or overlay server, ensuring that the overlay also reflects the paused and resume state if necessary. Though the user didn't explicitly ask for visual change on the pause, it's good practice for the overlay to know. Also, I noticed the stop countdown takes key up event, but it's called with ev, which is key up event on key up. That's fine. Let's update stuff. Because it seemed that there's a conflict accessing the file. We'll retry applying. Nothing open. Oh, maybe it was open. Let's see. I'll verify the changes by creating a test case for the new pause resume functionality. I will create a new test file. All right. It's okay. Gee whiz. All right. I'll run the existing test by making sure everything is still working correctly before attempting to modify the test again. Okay, let's run. Let's run. Everything passed. Test passed. Now remove the test file and update the to-do list. Yes. Let's delete that. Modify counter TS to handle key down events and implement long press logic. And it says, I've successfully implemented the pause, resume functionality and long press behavior for timer. Added pause, resume, is paused, and is running methods. Updated the internal interval logic to support pausing without resetting the remaining timer. Added a key down times map to track when a key is pressed. Implemented on key down to record the start time of a press. Updated on key up to calculate the press duration. Short press less than 500 milliseconds. If the timer stops, start the timer. If the timer is running, pause the timer. If the timer is paused, resume the timer. And the long press stops and resets the timer, ending the countdown. The plugin should now behave as requested: single press to start, pause, resume, long press to stop. All right, so are we ready?
Are you ready?
So let me go over to here. And if we go over to here, so I don't know if I have, I don't even know if it built it actually. Did it build? I don't even know if it built it. Let me ask, do you need to build the plugin? Okay. Sorry that I had to remind you to build the plugin, of course, but it is what it is. Let's do a run. All right, I have successfully built the plugin with these changes. So now, if I was to press this,
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
it's counting down. If I press that, oh, it reset. So let me restart. So we have let's say we have 3 minutes. Let me reset the Streamdeck software. Because sometimes you have to reset it. Sometimes you don't really have to. So, and I'll put this at 4 minutes. So that we can.
It's time to do.
So if I go to this one, right, 30 seconds, and I press the button.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
And it's counting down. Single press. Oh, all right. So two issues one issue on the Stream Deck, it does pause, but on the overlay, it's not pausing.
More money, more money.
And I suspect the timer is going to run out, but this timer is not going to run out. Okay, so we got that. So let me try the long press. The long press works. Only issue we're having is the pause, where the pause doesn't stop the overlay, but the pause stops the timer on the Stream Deck. So we should be able to easily fix that one. Let me refresh this one. All right, so now let's say when I press the button, the timer starts and the overlay starts. When I do a single press while the
What's
timer
this?
is running.
Oh, it's only money.
Shout out to my guy Magnetar. Shout out to you. I'm gonna read that in just a second.
I appreciate you.
It says when I do a single press, while the timer's running, the timer on the Stream Deck button pauses, but the overlay continues to count down. I want that sound. You know what? For the whole 2 minutes, I would want the sound. You know, like when there's 2 minutes, when you're almost out of time in Mario, and then it starts doing that sound faster. It might be copyrighted though, but the overlay continues to count down. We need to get the overlay to pause as well, and then all right, pause as well. The long press to reset works fine. All right, so we're gonna send that off. But I definitely think it's possible. We just needed to send the command to the overlay server to pause it as well. Says I need to update countdown to broadcast pause and resume events to the overlay layer. Update to handle pause and resume for flipdown.js. It might be tricky to pause since it uses the system time. So I might need to destroy and recreate it or hide it, or maybe just stop updating it if it wasn't flipped down. But flip down counts down to a specific timestamp. If I pause the timestamp, oh, interesting dilemma. Pause strategy for flip down. When paused, I should probably capture the remaining time. When resumed, I need to calculate a new target timestamp based on the now. Oh, that is actually genius. That's smart. That is smart. Overlay HTML. I need to handle pause by stopping any local interval or visual update. For flip down, it probably continues because the client side based on
Lunch
target
break.
time.
Lunch break.
Let's just finish reading this. I might need to remove the flip down instance or show a static pause state. When resume happens, I'll get a new tick or resume event, which can restart. Let's first update the counter to broadcast the events. Now I'll update, I will add handling for pause events, clear the interval visuals, or show a pause state. For flip down, I might need to hide it or stop it. Add handling for resume events, which this should likely behave similar to start. Okay, gotcha. All right, we'll read the rest of this when we get back from break, but it looks promising. And then if that works, fix that last part with the UI on the Stream Deck, and then we can go to packing it up, right? But I should have fixed that. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna check something real quick. Let me just go back to here. All right, so let me see why there's a slight shift that is driving my OCD crazy. If this one is here for the overlay, and this one, see how that little shift drives me crazy? Which one has the shift though? So if I go to, this is 6, and this is, so this one does not have a shift. This one has a slight shift. That's driving me crazy. I don't know. That is driving me crazy. That slight shift is driving me crazy. Let me push this one up a little bit. Oh, that's disgusting. Why do you do that? All right, whatever. I'll fix it later, but that has been driving me crazy for the past few days. All right, it's been driving me crazy for the past few days. Anyways, let me check the chat. Let's check the chat, and then we will fix that. Or we'll get back to work. So, we got a few chats in here. Let me see. All right, it says, let's see. We got Rod Brown in the building. Beloved brother Rod Brown in the building. Rod Brown, before you got here, Junior asked me if he missed the live stream yesterday. I said that you missed the live stream yesterday. It says Rod Blade Brown. Ooh, got him with the Blade sunglasses. We got me, Mysify, in the building. How is that? How is that man cave going? It says, good evening, Ralph, Junior, Magnetar, Rod, and the chat. Hope everyone is doing well. I am doing absolutely phenomenal. I hope you are doing well yourself.
We the best.
Let me see. Government official Magnetar. And you says, Rod Brown, what's up, my brother in Christ? Jesus loves you. Oh, that is nice. That is nice. Even when he doesn't show up for his own live stream. Still loves you. My Spy says, just wondering, do y'all think I should even bother reacting to the Anton and Corey thing? It's so messy. I don't know if I want to do it. I'll say this. You might get a lot of views, but is it worth it? Is it worth those views? I don't know. For me, it ain't really worth it. And it has nothing to do with the lane that I'm in tech. I can joke about it and jab at it and stuff like that, but I'm not bringing that content onto this screen. Let me see. Rod Brown says, depends on what perspective you can give on it. Yeah. I mean, I will say this though. from Magnetar's from Memysify's perspective, he is in Michigan. And are you in Detroit, Memysify? Because that would be an interesting perspective for someone who is also in Detroit. What your takeaway is from that whole interaction. So I would watch it. I would watch it, but depends what headspace you want to go into, you know. Let's see. Magnus says not my lane. Yep. Says, well, I don't want to be biased, but Corey act like a few expletives, but I try to sound less biased in my reaction. I would love to hear the perspective of a Michigander, I think they call you guys. Says, that's my first time I heard anyone say anything about, I cannot stand. I tried to use StreamYard one time, and I don't remember why. Like, I'll use it when I go to other people's platforms, but I would never. I think I tried it once to stream the stuff that I do here, and it was a hot mess. I am not a StreamYard fan whatsoever at all. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry, okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Drew says, depends on your take on it. Yep. I personally don't think it's my lane, but I respect those who are. Yeah, I mean, everyone has their lane, right? Everyone has their lane. Robert, did you? I don't know if you caught what I said during my icebreaker. It's like people say, I don't agree with everything they say. I'm like, do what you want. If you think that you can add a perspective, go for it. But yeah, like you said, not everything is in everybody's lane. All right, not everything is in everybody's lane. Definitely not in my lane. I find it hilarious, but at the end of the day, we are the tech barbarians. We are gonna run it up in our own fashion. Oh, but I almost forgot this. Shout out to the person who bought a purpose hoodie and a purpose hat. Thank you so much. I cannot see who it is to thank you personally, but I saw the order and I hope that you enjoy it and you stay on your purpose in every single thing that you do. All right. Thank you so much.
Flawless victory.
I truly appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Robert says, hey now. StreamYard gets the job done. It does. But no, it ain't. I don't like it. Says, Magner says, I heard you took the day off today. Not cool. Wait till I tell Sith Coach Ralph.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
That's what else. I'm like, Junior? Take a day off? I don't even think Junior knows what a day is. Junior, all right, Junior, what's a weekend? Junior, what is a weekend? Junior has no idea what a weekend is. He has never seen a weekend before. That's how I was projecting. Oh.
I was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest.
All right, there, Magnetar, $5 super chat says, I have a confession. I have a confession. I just falsely accused Junior of taking a day off. I took the day off. I was projecting. Feds, we up. Snitches, holla. That's a low down, dirty shame. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, Magnetar. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Just saying. You know what? I forgot where I saw this. I don't know if it was on the show or what, but someone said they never saw dress up as Elvis in any. I'm like, you know what? For Halloween this year, I should go as Elvis. I don't even do Halloween, but I'm like, I should just to spite. I should dress up as Elvis for Halloween. Why? Just because to me, when people say things that are stupid, I'm like, what sense does that make? Like, what kind of? I don't know. Anyways. Mario countdown says no. Uses what is the Sonic sound? All right, hold on. What is the Sonic sound? Let's see. What is that thing called? Sound effects. What is the Sonic sound? Am I confusing Sonic for What is a sonic sound? Which sonic sound? Which sonic sound? Let me know which sonic sound. Let me see. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Says stealing money. Got my eyes on you. Got my eyes on you. It's only stealing if you get caught. So that's a theme song for one of the Korean shows on Netflix. Says it's driving me crazy. Let me see. We got David West in the building. Shout out to you, David West. How are you doing today over on the Twitch side of the game? I am doing absolutely phenomenal. How are you? It says, did you see the Bible verse I put on the sleeve of the hoodie? I didn't see it. All right, well, fill me in. Where is this hoodie that you speak of? Where is this hoodie that you speak of? It says it's Sonic when Sonic is about to drop. Oh, I think I see that one. Let me see. Where is that? Where is that? Sonic. I thought I just saw that. Oh, this one. Let me see. How does this sound? I like that one. That one. Oh, nice card. Nice. How long is that? You know what? I'm gonna download that one right now. I like it. I love that one. I love that one. Let me download that right now so I don't lose it. That's a good one. That is a good one. Sound effects. Put it in here. I'm gonna try that one. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Thank you so much, Magnus.
I appreciate you.
Because that has to be for like the last 10 seconds of work. Or however long that is. That's a good one. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Magnus says, Sonic the Hedgehog. The perfect. Where did I miss this? I didn't see that. I didn't see this. Let's see. That's the one. That sounds like it's giving. I was like, whoa, it kept getting faster and faster and faster. Bro, that would make me nervous. Gotta put the. How do you react under pressure? Rod Brown, as a boxer, when the pressure is on, do your hands start to shake? Or do you look the intensity in the eye and you're like, I got this. All right. Okay. Anyway, let's get to our next topic of the night, our next break time topic. So this one is Marc Andreessen. Not entirely sure who he is. I know he's in the tech space, but he tells tech founders to do these three things. So let's jump into it. So we're going to go over here and we're going to go to, all right. So Marc Andreessen to tech founders. So that first and foremost, who is Marc Andreessen? Let's see if we're going to find out. But the three things that he says to tech founders, raise prices. Like who, Marc Andreessen, who's the 5 greatest of rappers of all time? Dylon. That's it. You know what? Marc Andreessen, what should tech founders do? Raise prices. You know what? As Marlo said.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
All right. So let's read this. Just what the consumers want to hear. So this is Marc Andreessen holding a mic, raising his arm. Right. It says So who is he though? All right. So let's say who is Marc Andreessen? Legendary American software engineer, entrepreneur, and venture capitalist, famous for co-creating the first widely used graphical web browser, Mosaic, which popularized the internet, and co-founding Netscape, Netscape Navigator, making the web accessible to the masses. Oh, that's who he is. Okay, well, I know everything that he did. I didn't know who he was. popularized the internet and co-founding Netscape, making the web accessible to the masses. He is a co-founder and general partner at the influential venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz, A16Z. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. See, when they put when they do K8 for Kubernetes, A16Z, A16Z for Andreessen and Horowitz, and coined the phrase software is eating the world. Key contributions and career highlights: Mosaic browser, Netscape, let's see, Andreessen Horowitz in 2009. Other ventures: he co-founded LoudCloud, later Opsware. He sold to HP. Software is eating the world. Considered a visionary who made the internet. Okay, so we have a good idea who he is, right? So that's Marc Andreessen. So now let's see what he has to say. Marc Andreessen thinks things should cost more, despite the fact that the U.S. economy is stagnant with unemployment on the rise and affordability crisis as bad as it's ever been. Okay, well, let's keep reading before I get into the whole affordability stuff, right? Andreessen has been telling the companies that he invests in to squeeze more out of their customers. Why? Because they can. People will pay for what they really want. If they raise the prices, because the tech stuff that people are investing or that people are purchasing, and they're purchasing it, not investing in it. That's clear distinction. People are purchasing tech, they're not investing in tech. All right? Everything in this room is an investment into my tech space, my tech knowledge. That's why we're able to build these applications, so many different applications in such a short amount of time. So me, I invest in tech, whether it's investing in the company directly or investing in the tools that the companies provide so that I can build my empire, my platform, all that good stuff. Got the content creation assistant that is going crazy right now. Thinking about doing a platform as a service for it. Have the Tech Barbarians coaching portal. Sign up for the waitlist. thrive.tech.dev, where I'm aiming to launch at the beginning of February. Got resumeflow.app. Get your resume analyzed. We got the speech coaching portal, or the speech coaching app that's coming out that we're working on. We have the time cost calculator. All of this stuff powered by tech. I invest in myself. I invest in tech for myself, right? But most people, they are buyers, not investors. And how many people bought the iPhone 17 Pro, the iPhone 17 Air? Did they need it? Probably not. How many people bought it for business reasons? Right? We spend a lot of time working on our company, with our companies on pricing. Andreessen said Andreessen, the co-founder of the venture capital giant A16Z, said in a recent episode of the A16Z show. I'm gonna have to tune into that A16Z show. It's really this magical art and science that a lot of companies don't take seriously, and I definitely need to tune into this because I want to figure out pricing. I want to find the right balance of pricing. That statement would probably confound every business school textbook, which would tell you to consider the costs and competitors in the market to determine the optimal price that produces sufficient revenue to operate. But yeah, it's magic. It is. I mean, why is it that an iPhone is at about $1,000 to $2,000 to maybe even $2,500, and the average Android phone, let's say outside of the Samsung Galaxy, the Pixels would probably be on the next high end. You can go from $300 to about $800. But people, they're still going to prefer, not in the US at least, they'll still prefer the iPhone for maybe small distinction in features. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't get an iPhone. I'm just saying that you can price it way more against your competitors, and based on how you market it, then you're gonna get people to come. All right. A core principle of pricing is that you don't want to price by cost if you can avoid it. You want to price by value. That is 100% fact. Price by value. He's not lying. Especially when you're selling to businesses, you want to price as a percentage of the business value you're creating. That's a good point. He explained. Of course, that should apply to businesses, but it should under no circumstance apply to employees who are often significantly underpaid for the value they generate for a company. Let me read that again. Of course, that should apply to businesses, but it should under no circumstance apply to the employees who are often significantly underpaid for the value they generate for a company. I'm going to say this. How do they say it? Know your worth, king. Know your worth, queen. You have to negotiate your salary as well. You go in like, if you think that you're getting underpaid, prove it. If you think that you're getting underpaid, right? Prove it. Prove it. Stand up, move the middle person out the way, and go sit down right in front of whoever is making your salary and say, give me more. Give me more. Give me more.
More money, more money, more money.
And now they might just say, if you are not it, they might just say, do you want to go outside? Do you want to go outside by yourself and take this box with you on the way out? Right? So I don't really buy that whole significantly underpaid for the value they generate for a company. I think that if you think you can get more, then go get more. Well, that's it. How's it saying? If you made me, make another me. If you can get more, go get more. I don't buy into the whole underpaid, overpaid stuff. I think people get paid exactly what they negotiate. Simple as that. The thing is, Andreessen says it's actually better for your customers if you charge them more. They like it. That's so true. When I was growing up, I didn't even have any expensive shoes. Is it because we couldn't afford it? No, I think my parents, looking back on it now, all the stuff that we did have, my parents could have definitely afforded to get us Jordans and Nikes and stuff like that. This is gonna be bad. All right, I'm gonna say this right now, with all due respect. When I was growing up, now that I'm looking back at it, right? All the kids in elementary school, middle school, stuff like that, Jordans, Nikes, the King Griffey Juniors, all of those, right? But they were broke. Wearing Jordans and putting a PIN number for free school lunch. Yeah, that gets up. It never hit me till right now talking about it. It never hit me till right now. If you could, how do you afford Jordans but not pay for your own food? Right? No? Maybe? No? Because I never got free school lunch. No, never. And like, so I'm just processing it right now. People want to pay more, especially for things that they don't really need. But the thing that they do need, they don't want to pay for it at all. Yep. I said it. Yes, I said it. All right.
I'm just being honest.
Am I wrong on that? Am I wrong on that? Right. The more sophisticated way of looking at it is that higher prices are often good for customers because the higher price means the vendor can make the product better and faster. That's a good point. Because when you have more money, you can innovate more. That's a good point. That's a good point. I'm always urging founders to raise prices. That makes sense. You know what? This weekend, I'm going to study how can I raise my prices. I am going to raise my prices this week. Well, not this week, but I'm going to study how to raise them.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
All right. Maybe I'll just double everything. All right. It says, That's just the kind of advice you get from Andreessen, who said that one of the selling points of doing business with him is that he's obnoxious and a nightmare to be around. Those are my favorite people to be around because they're not going to tiptoe and lollygag. They're like, you know what? This is the play. Just be straight up with me. Be straight up. Tell me something I don't like. It's okay because it's business. You guys remember when Stringer Bell in The Wire got killed? Sorry if that's a spoiler. If you haven't seen a show that came out like 20 years ago, right? But when Stringer Bell got killed, right? It was just business. Well, semi-business. It was business for Marlo. It was not business for Avon, right? But when Fat Joe, it wasn't Fat Joe. What was his name again on the show? Let's go with Joe. When he got killed, that was business. That was just business, right? It's that approach that has led Andreessen's company. Or did I miss something? Yeah, generally speaking, the more out there we are, the more outspoken we are, and the more controversial we are, the better for business. And you guys had a lesson in that 2 nights ago, right? It says, I have to go listen to this show. Oh, it's on you. All right, I'm going to go. Maybe we'll break it down. It's that approach that led Andreessen's company to hire Daniel Penny, the man who unalived Jordan Neely in a New York subway, back a company that is intentionally flooding the internet with AI slop, give money to disgraced WeWork founder Adam Newman. Why is he disgraced? For a new venture and invest in the likely destined to fail cheating as a service app, Cluely, mostly because its founder annoyed people in academia. I've heard it all. All right. Did y'all catch that? He said cheating as a service. I mean, they can, after the end of the show the other night, they could be a sponsor for that show. This
Message.
It's unfortunately difficult to suggest that Andreessen's approach is wrong if your metric for success is money. It's a business. All right. The writer of this article kind of sounds like a victim Olympian, right? But let's see. Earlier this month, Andreessen Horowitz announced that it raised $15 billion in new funding, accounting for nearly 1/5 of the total venture capital spending in the United States in 2025. But hey, where else are you going to get groundbreaking insights like this? Like, charge more. It just hits different when it comes from a guy who lived in a house with 7 fireplaces and called the idea of an American middle class an experiment that has been run, and it was a catastrophic failure. Ooh, someone sounds like they have hurt feelings. Aww. Someone sounds like they have hurt feelings. I mean, let me ask you guys a question. As much as people whine, moan, and complain about the middle class, like being the middle class, has it been a success? Has the middle class been a success? Is he wrong? Is he wrong though? Is he just?
I'm just being honest.
Does he? Because I hear over and over and over, the middle class is doing so poorly, so badly. There is no middle class, and that's all during the election cycle. The middle class. We're going to help the middle class. We're going to do this for the middle class. We're going to build 3 million new homes for the middle class. We're going to do this and that, and we're going to cut taxes for the middle class. We're going to do no taxes on tips and blah 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 for the middle class. But then the middle class still, and I'm part of the middle class, but I don't complain. I just adapt, I just adjust, I do what I got to do. As the Pioneer song says, I just double up the work. And then I take a power nap, and then I'm back at it again. All right. So if we take our emotions out of it, if we take our triggers out of it, if we take our switches out of it, has the middle class been a catastrophic failure? That's a fair question. That's the story. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Is the middle class a catastrophic failure? Should companies raise their prices if they can? Should people who can't pay for their own school lunch buy Jordans? I really want the answer to the last question. I really, really want the answer to the last question. Let me know your thoughts on that.
Flawless victory.
All right. Let's get back to full screen. And let me go and check the chat to see what's going down in here. Let me see. Was that mean? All right, for real. Was that mean though? Was I mean? Was that mean? All right. All right. Let me see what we got going on here. What we got going on here? Let's say the sonic sound. Yeah, I like the sonic sound. Junior says you said somebody bought a hoodie. That was you. Oh, shout out to you, Junior. Shout out to my guy, Junior. I truly appreciate that.
I appreciate you. We the best.
Yeah, when I saw the order came in, but it doesn't give me the name, so I just like thank you to whoever it was. But that means even more. That means even more to me, Junior. Oh, thank you so much. That appreciate it. Not have to go look at the verse you put on there. I gotta go look at the verse. Let me see. Send me a picture of it because it just shows the order, but it doesn't show like anything that's done. Like it doesn't show any information about it. Let's see. Better start should rolling. Better start shoulder rolling. Let me see your shoulder. Let's see. Bruce Explores World. Shout out to Bruce Explores World. So yeah, way higher. Let's see. It says you aren't lying. Always buying what they don't need with my tax dollars. I hear that. I agree with that. It says, then when I could afford Jordans on my own dime, I bought them. Now I don't even wear them anymore. Only Vivo Barefoot. Now what is Vivo? All right, what is Vivo Barefoot? Let me see what Vivo Barefoot. I had a pair of barefoot shoes, but they didn't really mesh well with me. Vivo Barefoot. Oh, I didn't have those. Those are those really flat shoes. Yeah, I mean, I got my first Jordans when I actually started working at 16 years old. They were the do you guys remember, so I can find them. It was like when they started redoing the patent leather, but it had like the snake skin on there. Snake skin Jordans. I can find it. Was it Jordan 11s? This one. I think I had. I think those were my first pair of Jordans that I bought with my own money once I started working. And what I was gonna say about the Jordans too, right? Here's what I forgot my point about the Jordans. What I was gonna say about the Jordans is, I remember they were like, let me see, when I was growing up, they were like about $120, and then the prices kept going up and up and up. Price of Jordans throughout the years. In 1985, the first Jordans cost $65. Right? 1986, 100. 89, 110. 95, 125. Famous patent leather Jordans, right? 97, 98, 150. And then 2001, 160. The retros, those don't count. I don't count the retros, although it was 190 in 2016. Then 2010s to present. So retros are, I mean, I guess there would be no new ones, but 200 to 215 in 2023 to 2024. Nope. I got some, let me see. High top leather Jordans. I bought these over here, right? around the time of the pandemic on there was a sale on Slick Deals. I think I got it for like $100. I was like, those were my favorite Jordans that I saw growing up. For $100, I'll buy. But if it was in the twos and stuff like that, no chance in hell. No chance in hell. Just saying. Just saying. I hear you 100%, Junior. All right, cool. So let's jump into our next working segment. Let me see. Let me check my message. Let me check my messages. See this over here. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. That is so cool. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Let me see what Ecclesiastes. That is so cool. 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven. Shout out to my guy Junior. Oh, truly appreciate you. Truly appreciate you. All right, we're gonna get to work. We're gonna get to work. So let's go to here. Throw up another 20.
Let's go!
And we're gonna go back over here to see what it did. I realized that the update flip and overlay.html checks if flip down instance to create a new one. Since I set the flip down to null in the pause handler, the next call to update display, which calls update flip, will recreate it. However, update flip uses the current time plus remaining time. So basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to add a pause button to our Streamdeck plugin, which we did. However, what's happening right now is it'll pause on the Streamdeck, but it'll continue going on the flip down time, which would probably also happen on the, I don't know if it would happen on the other type of time. We'll check that too. It says, but so we're trying to fix that now. It says, however, update flip down uses the current time plus remaining time to set the target. If the timer is paused, remaining time is static. So flip down will be initiated on the target of now plus static remaining. This means it'll start counting down from that static remaining time immediately. This is not quite right for a paused visual, as flip down will animate. To truly pause flip down visually, I should probably create it but not start it. Or perhaps just show a static representation, but flipdown.js typically auto starts or is designed to run. If flip down instance is created, it starts ticking. Let's look at the overlay to see how flip down is initialized. It calls .start. If I want it paused, I should call it .start. But flip down might not render anything if it's not started. It's having a whole conversation with itself. I'm telling you, like, AI is having a whole conversation with itself right now. I wonder if it's just, I really wonder if it's like reasoning with itself or just letting us know. Because I kind of feel like it's reasoning with itself, to be honest with you. A better approach for pause state in flip down might be to repeatedly update it with the same remaining time on every tick. No, the plugin doesn't tick when paused. When pause even arrives, I have remaining time. I can clear the flip down div. Then I can manually construct HTML with the flip down digits to show the static time. That's complex. That is pretty complex. Alternatively, since update flip down is called with remaining time, I mean, it really sounds like it's reasoning with itself. If I just, and honestly, that's kind of like the discussion that we have with ourselves as engineers, like Rod Brown. Do you have this conversation with yourself when you're trying to figure something out? It's called with remaining time. If I just re-render it every time with the same remaining, it will just reset to the start. If I want to stop moving, removing the instance and inner HTML is a good start, but then the user sees nothing. Wait, if I just don't call start, does it render? Let's read overlay.html again. Whew, okay, to fix the flip down behavior on pause, if pause event received, destroy flip down instance, but we want to show a static time, we can manually create a flip down instance but not call the start or create it with a target far into the future. Maybe we can just manipulate the flip down DOM element to stop updating, or we can fall back to a simple text display when paused if flip is too hard to pause. Actually, flip down might not support pause state easily. The library is designed to count down to a date. If I set flip, okay. I'm tired of reading all this. Let's try this. When pause event comes, set a global is pause flag, destroy the flip down instance, call update display. In update display, update flip down. If pause, do not create a new flip down instance. Instead, maybe just show a simple text time or construct a static flip down. All right. I'll verify the change by creating a test file to simulate the overlay logic, but since it's browser-based JS with DOM manipulation, it's hard to unit test directly in the environment without a complex setup. However, I've logic checked it. Okay. They just draw based on the remaining time. Since remaining time stops updating when paused, they will just stop updating the automatically because no new tick event. Okay, got all that. I'll build the plugin to apply the changes. All right, so let's go ahead and build it. That paused. I did not think that was going to be this complicated, to be honest. I thought it was going to be something very easy peasy. All right, so let's give it a try. I am going to shut down the software first. So let's say we'll restart at 15 minutes for this one. And we're going to go put a 15 on this one. And I'm going to start it.
Let's go! Let's go!
And I'm going to refresh this one. And we're going to go to that one. And we're going to try to press it.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
It's counting down. We are going to pause it. It takes the whole thing off. Start it again. It doesn't put it back on the screen.
More money, more money.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's let it know. Long press it off. All right. So we shall say, when we press the pause, and I wouldn't be opposed to, if we pause the flip, it goes off the screen. And then when you start it back up, when you unpause, it puts it back on the screen from where it left off, right? When I press the pause button, the flipper, and I'm going to try the other one as well. Let's try the other one and make sure that pauses. And I'm going to say progress ring maybe. And I'm going to throw in with 10 seconds left, we're going to do the sonic drowning. Maybe we'll do 12 seconds. And I'm going to add that to the queue. Did it add? Not yet. Add to queue. There we go. And I'm going to do this with this one as well. So let's go with...
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
Hold on. Why did that one not add for me? That one kind of happened last time. Okay, there we go. Let's try that real quick.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
Ah, shoot. Where is this one?
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
And then if I pause, oh, nice. So that one works. So that pause works, but the flip down one still isn't working. All right, so let me let that run out, and I'm going to start typing over here.
More money.
And we say, when we press the pause button, the flipper, that though. I like that. So 12 seconds is the perfect spot to put it. I like that. I'm gonna do it. When we press the pause button, the flip down clock disappears from the screen. And when we unpause it, it doesn't come back on the screen. While having the paused state, the remaining time show on the screen is the best user experience. If for the flip down clock, we can't get it to pause while on screen, it would be okay to have it removed from the screen. And when you unpause to recalculate it based on where it stopped and the time between the original countdown, I guess. I don't know. Or based on where it stopped and how much the original timer was for recalculating how much time is left. I think that's what I want to do. I have this. I think my words aren't clearly articulating it, but hopefully AI is able to understand what I want to say. Let's see. I will investigate why the flip down clock disappears and fails to return. It's likely the flip down requires start to render anything at all. On pause, explicitly hide or remove the flip down element content. As user agreed that this is acceptable behavior. On resume, ensure the is pause flag is cleared and trigger the update so flip down is reinitialized and starts with the correct remaining time. The issue with it not coming back is likely because the resume happens update display is called. My previous logic is update flip down was. Oh, so can you fix it like that? If paused was false on resume, it should have started. However, last seconds might be interfering, or perhaps the previous paused instance, which wasn't started, left the DOM in a weird state. I'll simplify. Pause equals inner HTML set flip down instance equals no. Resume. If flip down instance is not true, create a new one and is start. Ensures a clean slate on resume. I will now build a plugin to ensure the change to the overlays are handling are applied. All right, so let's go and build it. All right, so I've updated the overlay logic as requested. On pause, the flip down clock is hidden, removed from the DOM. Fair enough. Immediately upon pausing, this avoids showing an incorrect or confusing static running time. On resume, the flip down clock is recreated and displayed, picking up exactly where it left off based on remaining time. I've rebuilt it. All right, so let's go ahead and let's say 7 minutes left. I am going to, where's Streamdeck? I'm going to close Streamdeck. Open it back up. And let me redo these. And this one. And this one. And we're going to go over here to 7 and start that.
Let's go! Let's go!
Go here, go here. And we are going to change that back to, oh, not that one. We're going to change this back to the flip down. And we are going to...
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
And we're going to pause.
More money, more money, more money.
All right, it's paused on the Stream Deck. Let's press it again. Oh, sweet! I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I love it. And that's what I call a
flawless victory.
All right, so there was the other thing we wanted to take a look at. So we have that working. That is acceptable to me. If you don't like it, don't use a flip down. use it, one of the other ones. But that is going to be the best compromise that we can do right now. Now the other issue that I was seeing is if we change the progress ring, and then we change to flip down. All right, so let's get this issue fixed. And then in our last working segment, we'll start packaging it up, right? So let's say that can you check the logic of when switching different overlay styles? If I have overlay visual style of flip down clock selected, it shows the configuration parameters for it. But when I change to another style, it continues to show the flip down clock parameters. And when I go back to the flip down clock, they don't show anymore. However, if I go to another element and I come back to it, then it looks correct. If I go to another button and then back to the countdown, then the overlay configurations display properly. And just to prove that, I'm going to go and choose flip down. I'm going to go, oh, look at that. That is interesting. So if I go over here and I go back over here and I choose flip down, I still don't get it right then and there. Huh. So I'm just going to leave that out then. I'm going to leave that out and have it figure that out. So let's go and send this. And this is going to be a new task, actually. I don't want to do it in the same one. I think it's cheaper, actually, when you use multiple tasks instead of trying to keep it all in the same task. So let's check that. Once that's, oh, you know what? Let me start looking up the Elgato. How do you become a, oh, okay. So we're gonna have to sign up for it. And they take 30%, but guess what? I'm okay with them taking 30%. So I'm talking about Elgato Marketplace. They're going to take 30% of whatever we sell the app for. So like, let's say we sell the app for $10 or the plugin for $10. They're going to take $3. We'll get $7. I'm okay with that because they made the Stream Deck. It's their platform. It's their platform. So I'm with it. I am okay with it. Because let's say I, you know what, I'm going to sell it on my own. Then I have I have to worry about the distribution, the marketing. I'd rather it be on Elgato's platform. Because then you can just search for plugins and then boom, it's right there for you. All right, so this is fix overlay style. And that should be pretty straightforward. I mean, that's an easy fix. That's very minor. I kind of think that the same thing kind of happens in this one. So like, let's say we go to this one over here, right? All right, let's do it on this one. Set this back to 20. And I say the last 12 seconds, or that's 12 minutes. We do sonic drowning. Let's see what other sound effects do we have. Let's see. Let's go with, well, yeah, let's go with that one. We'll change it up for this last one.
Lunch break, lunch break.
So if I add this to the QR, so I wanted to, no, that's what I want to do. Where happened to my, you see, so like when I add it, then it doesn't necessarily take it, but then if I go to another one and I come back to it, then it has, see, it only did this one at 12. But then if I add it again, then it's going to be there. And now when I go away and I come back, so that one is a little weird that I'll have to figure out. But let's see what this is not done yet. All right, well, we'll go to break and we will see how that does when we come back. All right. But I think we're going to be able to pack it up and get to the process of getting ready to distribute. So, because we can build it, but we also need distribution. We need distribution, all right? So, let's go to the chat. What do we got? Let's see. All right, so I made the word purpose bigger also. Thank you. That is awesome. And that's the cool thing about that site. That's the cool thing about that site, where you can customize the design and make it to your liking. So someone can provide you like the inspiration, and then you can do whatever you want with it. Make it, you can even change your whole design if you want. So that is awesome. Thank you so much, Junior. That is awesome. And Rob Ross says, I know, like I am always talking to myself. We'll be into full deep on conversation. Like, yeah, but if you do this, Rob Brown, has this ever happened to you, right? You're trying to figure something out. I'm going to take it even further, right? You're trying to figure something out and you are sleeping, you're going on to your third dream, you're rolling over. And then during your dream, right? It hits you a strategy like, oh, the issue that you've been trying to figure out for the past 2 days, what if you do this? And then you move this to one thing over here. And you just sit up out of bed, you're like, I gotta go try it right now. I gotta go try it right now. And then you go and you do it and it works.
They ain't believing us.
Right? Right?
Bruh.
That's happened to me plenty of times. Or it might be like 3 o'clock in the morning and you wake up cold sweat, like, I figured it out. I figured it out. All right? Jesus was also a software engineer. I'm just saying, you guys might not know, but Jesus was also the first and the best software engineer ever. All right? And the Lord will give you guidance in your code, in your dreams. All right? Junior says, absolutely. And those dreams usually are crystal clear, but if you go back to sleep, you lose it. Always. Always, you will, because then I wake up, I'm like, oh man, I had the solution, but I can't remember. Because you're like, oh, I'm gonna remember when I wake up. I'm gonna remember when I wake up, and you wake and you cannot remember. Back in like 2008, I'd fall asleep, I'd wake up, and I'm like, oh, back to coding. Learned so much. All right, let's get to our last break time topic, and then we're gonna do one more working segment. All right. This one is about a Colgate executive. A Colgate executive is saying that Gen Z is pushing us to get better. Are you one of those anti-Gen Zers? Or are you like, you know what? I love everybody, and I think we can all help each other out. I always hear people talk about Gen Z, but I heard people talk about Gen Z, about millennials. Is there anything in between Gen Z and millennials? But about Gen X and about the boomers and all of those, the silent generation. I hear people always talking about all these different generations. And for me personally, I don't care about a group. I'm gonna, and you can extend this to however far you want. I don't care about any zero, zilch, nada, any group of people. I care about individuals. So I don't make general statements about Gen Z, about millennials, about Generation X, about the boomers. I don't make any, because I don't care. Like, do whatever you want. Like, do whatever you want to do. I care what individuals do and the individuals that I interact with, because I don't even care what a bunch of other individuals do. I care about the individuals that I interact with personally. Rod Brown might be a Gen Xer. I'm just kidding. I'm older than Rod Brown. But I care about Rod Brown and his success. But do I care about everybody else? Absolutely not. I don't have the capacity. I didn't mean to. I just realized what I said.
How dare you?
I don't have the capacity to care about what everybody's doing. I don't have the capacity.
I was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest.
I'm so silly. I am so silly. Anyways. But so that's why when they all like Gen Z, Gen this, Gen that, this group, this community, that community, I never care for it. But let's jump into this article. See what they're talking about. There's an exec at $62 billion giant Colgate. All right. Is it Colgate the toothbrush or toothpaste company? Because if they're talking about the toothpaste company, I did not know Colgate was a $62 billion company. Although it makes sense, because guess what? Almost. You can't say all. Not all. Almost everybody. I'll say a good 99.99999% of the world uses toothpaste, right? That's just saying. I'm just saying. Does everybody use Colgate? No. But almost everybody uses toothpaste, right? An exec at $62 billion giant Colgate says Gen Z workers, despite getting flack for being woke and lazy, are actually pushing us to get better. And I guess this is the exec, Sally Massey. This is Sally Massey. Says stereotypes stick, and some bosses have already made up their minds on Gen Z workers. Oscar-winning star Jodie Foster slammed the young staffers she encountered on the set of True Detectives as really annoying. What? That is harsh.
How dare you?
Especially in the workplace. While fellow actress Whoopi Goldberg... Really? Whoopi? What is the last movie that you remember from Whoopi Goldberg? It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't even have to be good. Just what is the last movie that you remember from Whoopi Goldberg? I'll let you know. And if I forget, remind me to tell you what my last movie that I remember from Whoopi Goldberg is. She's relevant? Just because she's on a TV show? Give me a break. Whoopi Goldberg claimed that Gen Zers only want to work for 4 hours, yet expect to live in comfort now. Here's my question, right? Here's my question. I'm gonna play defense for these quote unquote Gen Zers that they're talking about. Where did they learn it from? People can always criticize the next generation, but the question, where did that next generation learn it from? Who taught these kids, for lack of a better word, to only expect to work for 4 hours? Who taught them to be really annoying, especially in the workplace? Was it you who prioritized vacation, going to Disney, getting expensive coffee? Where did they learn it from? You guys, was it a commercial? I think it was a commercial. I get it from you, Dad. I get it from you, Mom. Right? But the chief human officer at the 62 billion giant Colgate Palmolive is the dishwashing soap. I didn't even know they were one company. Is hitting back that young staffers aren't the career sloths some typecast them to be. Sally Massey credits Gen Z as being ambitious and incredibly tech savvy. They are. I mean, my kid, he's 3.5 now, already learning how to read and stuff, learning math. He can navigate any phone, any tablet. Can navigate like to get to YouTube. He's learning about magnets. He's doing experiments, all this type of stuff. But he has parents, especially a mother, dedicated to his growth to his knowledge, reading every single day, like teaching him to read. I found an app, bought it, and now reading little books. Sounding things out. Reading comprehension. Sees me go to work every day. Not Monday through Friday from 9 to 5, every day. I want to go to work too. I want to do a show too. I've had him record his own videos already, talking about dinosaurs, talking about magnets, talking about whatever he wants to talk about. But all right. I think people talk down and hate the generation that comes after them is because they see their own reflection. They are looking in the mirror. They're a reflection of you, of what you taught them, of your mindset. They're just living out the mindset that you put in them. Right? Am I wrong on that?
Why you looking so hard? You worry about the wrong play, man. Go look in the mirror. Dust. You on my page before you brush your teeth. You stuck in my ground while I'm in the streets.
That is just your reflection. The next generation is your reflection of what you taught them, and all the things that you hate about them, you put that in them. So Sally Massey credits Gen Z as being ambitious and incredibly tech savvy, critical skills that the consumer products company behind Colgate toothpaste and Irish Spring soap is looking for in talent. Gen Z have grown up with technology. Being that they grew up with technology, they also grew up with efficiency and speed. They've grown up in a very different way than some of the other generations in the organization. The chief human resource officer tells Fortune, they bring with them new ideas, new perspectives, curiosity. I agree. Massey adds, they're pushing us to get better and to do things differently. I think it's great. on one of the videos that I had my son record, I said, "What's the closest planet to the sun?" And he said, I think he said Mercury, and I had to look it up. I'm like, really? All right, let me see, because I was like, really? Sure, because I forgot already. I can call him in here and have him tell us. Yeah, he said Mercury. I was like, is that? I had to look it up because I'm like, is he right? He was right. Ask him, like, say, what dinosaur is this? Pegasaurus, Stegosaurus, something saurus. And I'd be like, how do you know all this? He knew these are like 2.5. Kids love dinosaurs, though. I'll tell you that. All right. It says, Massey admits that Gen Z are bringing their own distinct perspectives and expectations to the workplace. And with 34,000 Colgate employees spread out among 4 generations, bridging the divide between age groups is especially daunting. So to ensure that everyone is working in harmony, the exec is revamping the usual chain of command. Colgate's top leaders are hearing out entry-level staffers, stimulating the flow of ideas between ranks and generations to generate the best possible outcome. I'll tell you this. The reason that and it's like it's with everything. People are naturally inclined to have an issue with people who see things differently, who have a different perspective from them, who have different ideas from them. So like AI is so controversial right now, especially in the tech space. Like, oh, I don't want to use AI to do any code. I just want to write all the code myself. But then you see what we can do here. Never did anything with Streamdeck plugin, Streamdeck SDK. Never did anything with C++, and we're building stuff. We're doing stuff. We're being very creative. I'm putting in the Patreon how I'm using AI to learn more, to learn how to actually test AI machine learning models. How I'm creating quizzes. I took a quiz this morning. I said, you know what? The things that we went over like 2 days ago, give me another quiz on there. And the first time I took the quiz, I had like a 3 out of 10, and I struggled. Right. Today, I got one question wrong because I misunderstood the question, but it makes a lot more sense about the QA metrics for AI, how AI metrics are measured. But I had to find a way. I don't know if you've seen any of the past shows, Magnus, but I have been highlighting you over and over and over again because the way that you've been using AI to learn math, I am using a similar way to learn about this software testing for AI, and I'm even taking that to a step further, right? So. Not being locked into a box of, oh, this is the way that we've always done it. And the way that you can make an enemy is to criticize them to their face and in general. So when I'm dealing with any generation, I'm like, okay, how can what I know and how can what you know, how can we bring that together so that we can work together, we can collaborate together, we can do great things together. That's how I'm able to have great relationships with everybody, because I'm not like, oh, it's my way or the highway. I am always looking to collaborate. When it comes to software development, so somebody that I used to work with, right? I probably haven't spoken to them. And it's not like we spoke every day, but I always had respect for the person, for the work that they did. They were the leader of, like, at the time the word DevOps wasn't really a thing, but they were a leader of like the deployment team. And I always liked the person. And I had no idea what they were doing after like our company, we went different ways from the company. And he's a content creator now, like, you know, but he's kind of like in my realm, but for DevOps type stuff. And I'm like, I want us to spread this tech content out across the world to show people QA from my end, AI, and he's also using AI, but I want us to work together and share ideas, share strategy. Oh, you need some help with some video setup, with some with software. Let's do it. Let me help you. Let's do shows together where we can talk about DevOps and testing and what you're working on, what you're building, the company that you're building, all of that stuff. The same way that I work with Rod Brown, the same way that I work with Magnus, the same way that I work with Junior, with whatever it is that they need, because I think that the value and the purpose of what we're doing is so much bigger than you know, if Rod Brown is a baby boomer, I don't care. He's sharing great information. If Magnetar is Gen Z, I don't care. He's sharing great information, and that's my goal. That's my goal. All right. Let's see. Colgate's top leaders are hearing out entry-level staffers, stimulating the flow of ideas between ranks and generations to generate the best possible outcome. We're not siloed by generation or tenure. The senior leaders at Colgate want to hear ideas and thoughts from the more junior employees. That is the ear to the streets. That is your ear to the streets, all right? Massey says, it's how we get better, because as you get more senior, you can get further away. So it's important for all of us to stay close, connected, and learn from each other, regardless of the role. Employers who value Gen Z talent, especially those with tech skills. Matt's not alone. Not all employers have given up on hiring Gen Zers, despite headlines that suggest otherwise. Look, I would hire, if I could coach a Gen Zer to, like, I would, like, because guess what? You get new talent, they're cheaper, and they're not as, like, they're not going to be as opinionated on the things that might be more important to you, you know. So I'm telling you. In fact, many are still scoping out young talent with standout AI skills. I'm telling you, the older people, you might have all the logic and all the coding experience, but companies want AI. The more you resist adopting AI, you're gonna get pushed out. You're gonna get pushed out. You see they told the. You remember back maybe like 10 years ago when they had the saying, just learn to code? Coal miner, just learn to code. What, oil rig worker, I don't know, whatever industry, just learn to code. Auto manufacturing, just learn to code. Now, just learn AI. Just use AI. Just learn AI. Just use AI. If you are going to the saying, stand 10 toes down and not pick up on the new technology, off with your head. Off with your head. It says, Emily Glassberg Sands, Stripe's head of data and AI, revealed she's all in on hiring recent graduates at the $91.5 billion financial service company. Just like Massey, she singled out Gen Z's tech adaptability as one of the in-demand skills she's looking for in Stripe employees. I'm actually hiring more new graduates. I thought there were no jobs. It might just be there's no jobs for the majors that you're taking. Ever consider that? Says, I'm actually hiring more new grads. Now they're largely new grad PhDs, but more new grads than ever before, Glassberg Sands said on the Forward Future podcast last year, because they have cutting edge skills and they come in with fresh ideas and they know how to think and they know how to use the latest tools. Why do you think every single day, everything that I drop on this channel, new technology, like, and I can't even keep up with it all. I can't even keep up with it all. Yesterday, I showed you how I used anti-gravity, especially because Junior said I wasn't going to, but I used anti-gravity to build a Flutter desktop app in 20 minutes. And it worked. I mean, we still have to do some fine tuning to it, but the app was able to start up in 20 minutes. And you don't want to use AI? If we were to create this on our own, this might have taken us like weeks. And now imagine someone who doesn't even know the language of Flutter. It's even when young employees drive their bosses up a wall, CEOs are still embracing Gen Z as movers and shakers. Matt Wong, the co-founder of the $12 billion crypto investment firm Paradigm, is all too familiar with the temperament of young workers. The company's first hire, college dropout Charlie Knowles, who was then 19, showed up 5 hours late to his first 10 a.m. meeting. The business has also embraced Gen Z coded unorthodox ways of choosing its top executives. Paradigm's chief technology officer, Georgios Konstantinopoulos, all right, never mind, was discovered on a Discord server while he was still a teenager. I mean, like I said earlier, though, if you're worth it, you're worth it. If you're worth it, it doesn't matter if you show up 5 minutes late, 5 hours late, whatever. You guys remember the movie Juice? After Tupac was thrown off the building, well, they said Omar Epps. Or no, Mike Epps. No, not Mike. What? Is it Omar Epps? Yeah, Omar Epps, right? You got the juice now. So now, if you can do it, then you got the juice. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Hiring these innovative, sometimes finicky Gen Zers may sound like a gamble for traditional workplaces. The Paradigm CEO admitted that the young staffers can come with drawbacks, but the value they generate is worth any havoc they wreak in the office. I think if you work with them and you coach them well enough and you're willing to compromise in the right spots, you can make anything work. They create an absurd amount of chaos sometimes, and you want to pull your hair out, Wong told Colossus Review last year. But then you see what they can do, and it's like, holy crap, nobody else in the world can do that. If no one else can do it, you're going to put up with it. The business leaders backing up Gen Z against lazy stereotypes. Even the seasoned business experts teaching legions of Gen Z students are cutting in on criticism. Susie Welch, a best-selling author and professor of management practice at New York University, hit back against those who brand the young generation lazy by reminiscing on her career journey. The baby boomer professor recalled having hoped that she could one day be more successful than her parents. But for Gen Zers, that dream of prosperity is out of reach. Oh, here we go with the Victim Olympics. Welch encouraged bosses to empathize with their unique job and economic vulnerability. All right, so they had me until that. They always have to bring in the aging baby boomer professor at, of course, New York University to put on a cape and says, but they have it so hard. They have it so hard. He showed up five. Like if you get away with showing up showing up 5 hours late to a meeting, give me a break. Anyways, other than that, pretty much agree with this. All right. And that's it. That is it. All right. So let me know your thoughts. Do Gen Zers get a bad rap? Do the Gen Zers get a bad rap? Or is it warranted? Is the people who make fun of Gen Zers, are they just looking in the mirror? Are they just dusty looking in the mirror? I have no problem with any group of people. If I'm working with one particular quote unquote Gen Zer and they are doing something that I don't think is right, then I'm gonna have a conversation with that one Gen Zer. But I'm not going to cast, all Gen Zers are lazy and stuff like that. No. All right. Anyways, that's that. That is it. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right. Let me go over here and check the chat, and we will finish up. Let me see. Drew says, yes, toothpaste and more, but most popular for toothpaste from my knowledge. Yeah, I didn't even know that they were the parent company, but yeah, Palmolive is pretty big too. We're more of a Dawn type of people, but this the gospel movie When She Was a Nun. Facts. That's mine. My last, and I even saw Sister Act 2, which was not as good as Sister Act 1. Sister Act 2 was the one where the kids were singing. Nah. But Sister Act 1, that was the one, right? She was also in Ghost. But I'm pretty sure Sister Act and Sister Act 2 came out after Ghost. But that's the last movie that I remember. That's the last movie I remember Whoopi Goldberg in. All right. So, and she has an opinion on Gen Z? Give me a break. Give me a, where's my mouse? There he goes. Give me a break. It says they learned from the previous generation.
How dare you?
Exactly. Says that's nice. He's going to be an expert on camera. Get them started early. Get them started early. And he's getting better at looking at the camera and not looking at me. On the mindset, says out the mindset that they learned from school because parent outsourced reading to their kids. Yup. Says yes, Mercury. They dropped Pluto. Yep. I was like, Mercury, is that right? Is that right? And he was right. He was right. We got my guy Maddox in the building. What's up, Maddox? About to read my chapter for the night on Security X certification, then CISSP. Have a great night, team. Thank you so much, Maddox. Always appreciate you stopping by. You got the juice now. Omar Epps. Yes, Omar Epps. I said, this is what happened in my mind, right? I think I said Omar Epps, but then I thought about Omar Gooding, and I'm like, oh no, that's not. So I confused Omar. Then I said Mike. I'm like, no, Mike Epps is from Friday or next Friday. So yeah, it is Omar Epps. So that was what was going on through my mind when I said it. We got Dean Murray in the building. When you bring value, the people in charge will make sure you are happy and keep you around. That is 100% true.
We the best.
Deemer says, I don't think it's just Gen Z. I think certain people are having reality checks about how the workforce actually works. That is true. And like I said earlier, I think it is the parents. Like, what do your parents put inside of you, right? Like, what type of work ethic? Because if you have that work, like, imagine if you have the work ethic, right? And you have the drive, you can do and create anything that you want because you have the talent, you have the skills. Now you have the work ethic. Imagine the work ethic of Elon Musk in a 20-year-old Gen Zer right now with all the tools and capabilities that they have, all the ideas, all the needs that they see. They are unstoppable. We got By His Grace Dispatching, my guy Junior on his other channel. Fun fact, my daughter did the intro to my video on this channel. Really? Really? All right, I'm gonna have to check that out after the stream. I'm going to have to check it out after the stream. All right. It's late. It's late. How much time? Oof, it's late. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm not even gonna put up a timer. We're just going to check we're gonna check the rest to see, go like this. We're gonna check to see if this is working or not. And if it is working, then we'll leave it at that. And then when we come back next week, we will do the building, the packing, and start setting up our Elgato account. But I'm just gonna spend a few minutes because we went way longer on our breaks today. I'm gonna spend a few minutes to see if this is working or not, right? So let's go over here. And we're going to say, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do let's do a 5-minute timer. Let's do a 5-minute timer. Let's go to 5. And that's just because I want to get my Sonic time. That's all. I just want to get my Sonic time. Let's go to.
It's time to do.
I should have restarted. You know what? Let me take that back. I'm gonna reset. And I am going to. Did we build? Did we build this? Do we need to build the plugin again? I don't know if we built it. I don't remember pressing the button to build it. No, we didn't because we went on break while it was still working. So let's build it again. And then I'll restart the clock. I'll do 4 minutes. Hopefully everything works at that point. Should just be npm build. No, you don't need to build a plugin again since I modified. Okay, directly inside. All right, cool, we're good. So let me put the 5.
It's time to
All right, so if we go to this one, and we have our progress ring, and we choose flip down. It's not showing it. It's not showing it. Click the different action or an empty key on your stream. So to see the fix in Streamdeck software, you simply need to refresh the all right, so refresh the but I kind of did that, didn't I? By me going to, let's go here, let's go here. If we go here, it's not showing. Now it shows. Click on a different or an empty key. Click back. This will force Streamdeck to. All right. So now, all right. So it forced a reload. If I go to progress ring, see, it's still doing it though. But now it just stays. If I go back, it's not there. That's not what I want. So if I go back, then it shows, right? Nah, that's not right. So when I click, so when I choose flip down clock, now it doesn't show the configuration options until I go to another button and then back to it. The right options / configurations should change immediately when I change the drop down. I shouldn't have to go to another button to see the change. Yeah, that would be stupid to do that. That would be dumb. That doesn't make any sense. And that should be super simple because that's just JavaScript, TypeScript that says when this is selected, show this. When this is selected, show that. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to do that. And then the other thing I should do is this little debug button. This little debug button shouldn't be there. Like, it was, so basically when you click on this, it's like debugging, which it's cool for when building it, but when we have the official plugin, it shouldn't be there. So I'll see if it can say if we use the pack command not to include the debug, but if we're just doing a build command and then to include it, that'll be my thought. Let's see. It should be very simple to fix. All right, there we go. All right. Immediate visibility update. The code now calls update flip down setting visibility value immediately inside the event handler. This forces the flip down settings to show or hide the instant the drop down value changes without waiting for any background save options. Comprehensive event listening. I added listeners for change. This ensures no matter how the Streamdeck software or user interacts with the dropdown, the change is caught. Immediate state saving. The global setting object is now updated and saved immediately upon changing, ensuring persistence. Please change. All right. So if we go here and we go here, we have that. Go to progress. See, I don't like that. Let me close the Stream Deck plugin and open it back up to see if that makes, I don't think so. Did you only make the, let's see, if I go here, nope, didn't do it. It didn't do it. What file? Yep, should have did it. Anyways, no biggie at all. We shall figure it out. But that's it. That is it. That is it. I'll play around with this a little bit. This is minor stuff to fix up. My goal is next week when we come back, we will start packaging it up, research some pricing for different plugins on the Stream Deck, on Stream Deck, sign up for an account, make it available for Patreon, all that good stuff. If you have a Stream Deck, reach out to me. I will make sure you get a copy of this plugin so that you can use as well. All right. I'm going to finish off with the chat. Or before the chat, I'll say this. Remember tomorrow we have the Bug Bite. We're going to be talking about Waymo, or not Waymo. We're going to be talking about Lyft and Uber drivers protesting Waymo over safety concerns because Waymo doesn't like to stop for those pesky kids at the bus stop, which I don't blame them for because I don't like doing it either, but I still do it. But if I wouldn't get a ticket, I wouldn't. Neither here nor there. We're going to be reviewing that tomorrow. We're going to be going live on Sunday afternoon for the speech coaching app, and then we're going to do the Scrum night on Sunday night. Like, share, subscribe, techcoach.dev, sign up so we can vibe code and show next Saturday. I posted yesterday how I'm using Gemini to learn about software testing. I have another one that I need to post about my not to do list, I believe. It's not that. I don't remember, but I have another video I have to post in there. So check it out, techcoach.dev. Get your resume analyzed at resumeflow.app, all that good stuff. Let me finish off with the chat. Dean Murray says 2020 should have been a wake-up call to everybody in regards to the workforce. That is a fact. Says she's also in the introduction video on this. Okay, I thought I read that already. No, I thought I read that. Oh, she created it. And she's also okay. We have to check that out. We'll check that out. She always wants to be in my videos. Like, Diddy, no, that is a bad example. That's a bad example. And Rod Brown says, bro. That's it like this. Rob Brown says, bruh, the timer went off, but you still working. I'm making up for lost time yesterday. See, I'm punching in your time clock. I punch in your time clock. Let's not. I don't want you to get fired on your day off, right? I punch in your time clock. Junior says, Grace, thank you so much. Great stream as usual. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
And that is it. That is it, my friends, my family. Like, share, subscribe. I'm going to clip it up, of course. I'm going to distribute all of these. The working segments are going to be on. They're going to be on TechCoach Labs. You know how we do. Like, share, subscribe. But until then, my friend, it says that was. It says I'm God. Don't go. Oh, all right, I'm gonna check it out. Wait, which all right. Oh, I missed the airspace. Yeah, you're right. By His Grace airspace and the dispatch. All right, I'm gonna check that out. All right, you guys You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Techo Drive, we are out.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Why you looking so hard? You worried about the wrong play, man. Go look in the mirror. Dust. You on my page before you brush your teeth. You stuck on my ground while I'm in the streets. You worrying about my bag, worrying about my wins. You ain't worrying about your pockets looking paper thin. Look at you, man, musty, can't be trusted. Hating on my shine cause your whole life busted. You could be doing so much if you looked at you, but you rather look at me. That's the bum in you. You complaining about the work that I got in the vault, but you ain't willing to undo it. That's your own damn fault. I'm not sorry, I don't care, I don't feel no pity. You a clown in the suburbs, I'm the man of the city. You looking through my window with a greedy eye, instead of in the mirror, asking who am I? You a hater, you a watch, you a non-starter. While I'm climbing up the charts, yeah, I'm going harder. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You worry about my downfall, that's why your vision ain't clear. You're dusty. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You could be winning too, bro, winning too, but you rather be a failure. I don't feel you, I don't see you, I don't hear you. You just a gnat in my ear, I just brush you off. You just mad cause I'm the boss and you looking soft. You ain't willing to do the work that I've done. I was up at 4 a.m., you was having fun. I was 72 hours fasting, getting my mind right. You was on the timeline, starting up a new fight. But the fight ain't with me, man, the fight is with yourself. You could have the same damn drive, you could have the wealth, but you rather be a critic, you rather be a troll. While I'm knocking down goals at the Super Bowl, I don't feel no pity, I don't feel remorse that you chose to stay with you while I'm a damn horse. This a race and you ain't even at the starting line. Too busy drawing pictures of my finish line. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You worried about my downfall, that's why your vision ain't clear. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You could be winning too, bro, winning too, but you rather be a failure. Let's get it. My focus is on growth, my focus is on winning. My focus is on the next chapter, just beginning. I'm too busy, man, my calendar is packed. I'm too busy building up, I'm too busy building stack. I'm coaching up the team, I'm on the max, I'm on the string. I'm building in the world, I'm living out the dream. And you are not a factor, you are not a threat. You were just a bad investment, you were bad bet. I'm not sorry for you, I'm not sorry for the facts that I'm out here running up the score to the max. I don't see you, you are invisible to me, cause I'm everything you're jealous of, scared of me. Real talk, if you took a little time and focus on your own success instead of on my damn downfall, you wouldn't be so dusty. Ha. Maybe you should try it if you wanna win, but you won't. Get a life, man. Stop watching mine. Go get some money.